Hello, TopFanRivalry followers, and welcome to another episode. Yes, an episode of Lady and the Diamond. I'm just here for the laughs. This is Lina's show. She's got it under control, but I am going to introduce our special guest for tonight. It is Dani or Dancing Dani. Anytime you see Dani someplace, she's dancing. She's one of the happiest people ever. And so we love her. She's a huge Rangers and Seattle Mariners fan. We'll talk more about just teasing. I'm just teasing.
I
Danny's like, this is PG. I can't say what I really want to say
know.
after what he just said.
I
But
think
Dani,
I'm
thank
getting
you so
called.
much. Thank you so much for joining us Wednesday morning. And Lina, it's all you. I'll just sit here and just let me know what you need.
I really appreciate that, Bill. I'm still trying to wrap my head around what day it is. The weekend or the 3-day weekend definitely kind of threw me off. And,
Mhm.
as we're sitting here talking, I'm like, wait, I can't even get my thoughts together. So thank you very much for always being the best teammates and, taking on the wonderful challenge of introducing the amazing talent that we bring on. Thank you so much, Dani, for joining us today, and I'm excited to get to know you more and
Yes, thank you
specifically,
guys. Yeah.
yeah, and I specifically want to know more about your love for baseball. So let's start off with, although it's kind of obvious, but I'll start off with who's your favorite MLB team and how did you become a fan?
So it is the Astros.
Mhm.
um, I'm born and raised in Houston, and so I really just grew up with that team. Of course, my mom always dragged us to baseball games with ice cream and the helmets and come on, let's go get foul balls. And so at 8 years old, we're going in the heat and watching these teams. And so it's really how I learned was from my mom, and I've enjoyed it. So
Oh, I love that. So, what makes you love baseball?
Of course, I really like that pop of the ball when you know it's gonna just make a run. But really, it's just the fan base there. You hear the boos, the yays, the trash talking. Houston, we're a little nicer about it than up north, but but we still can do our trash talking, of course. And I don't know. I love the smell of the atmosphere. Like I know that's so weird, but like the
Mhm.
beer, the popcorn, the hot dogs,
Yep.
just the environment. It's just so welcoming and overwhelming and chaotic. And you're like, all right, I'm here for it. And 3 hours later, you're like, oh, dang.
Yeah,
But
it's always a baseball game is always a vibe. And I always say that like if you're gonna go, you gotta be ready to have a good time. And it's not even like where, you're doing too much because you know how sometimes you'll go somewhere and you're like, okay, maybe I did a little too much. This okay, I'm just here to enjoy myself and watch a game. And baseball is that type of game that you can just like sit back and relax and enjoy it.
right. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So, do you have any traditions when you're going to a game?
So I don't have my traditions. I know when I go, I like to know my people. So I think they're really important in that experience. So I
Mhm.
do like to make my rounds and say hi to everybody that I know. I'm like, all right, let's get ready for this. Like, get those tips and
Mhm.
let's make this even better, right? So
I hear that. So, tell me about two of your favorite memories that you have about, either going to the park or watching a game.
so I've been at the stadium for a lot of those record home runs and Altuve's 2000 hit game and throughout the years with Biggio and Bagwell and now Tucker and like Alvarez and like just them, I guess. So just seeing our team develop and what it was and how no one really knew who the Astros were. Even when I was growing up, the stadium was always very empty. And now like I think 2017 really brought everyone like, okay, we are a winning team. You're
Mhm.
either there as a fan base like that or you grew up with them. And so I think either way it's a really fun sport to get to know your community. So
Yeah, I agree. They definitely call it the America's best pastime for a reason. Like you
mm-hmm.
feel like
So
you're there with people who you're like, it's almost like you know them and you're just all there to enjoy a good time.
so
Exactly.
I,
We're all there for one reason.
I will say though that I do know that Dani has one tradition. And that is you put any kind of music on, this girl's gonna dance. She has a good time. Like you should see Lina. So one of her friends threw out a first pitch at Sugarland, And then they post a thing of Dani just dancing and forcing Dave to dance. And Dave was not meant to dance. I don't care how old Dave was, he was never meant to dance. But Dani got him dancing, doing the robot, things like that. And I must have
Uh-huh.
watched that
He did the
video.
Q-tip. He did the
Yeah,
Q-tip dance.
throwing it away. Dani, I must have watched that video 20 times and I couldn't stop
Yeah.
laughing. I'm like, this is the best. This is the
It's so
best.
funny because like there doesn't even need to be music on it and I'll dance. I know like before COVID when I was a nanny, one rule I always had for my kiddos, like the 3-year-olds were like, always dance, just dance. It's such a good feeling just to let it out, whether you're excited or sad or like upset that your team is losing. You're like, oh, okay, but fifth inning stretch is here and let's get back to it.
I agree.
So,
I'm the same way. I actually have like quite a few videos of me, like I'm either at the Dodger Stadium or at let me see what was I forgot which other park it was, but I'm just like dancing in the middle of the crowd and it's just such a good feeling just to enjoy yourself. I actually have some videos of me at Dodger Stadium dancing on the field. Now that
nice.
yes, so I hear you. I'm the same way. And I'll hear like music in my head. It's not even like the music that's playing, like it's just music in my
Right,
head.
right. And I could be dancing way off, but that's how my body's feeling. So, okay.
I
Well,
can't wait to get both of you to a game at the same time.
yes, I
Oh,
was just
I'm
yeah.
getting that on video. That will like get 2 million hits. It'll be awesome.
It's a date. It's a date.
Let's do it.
amazing. Well, let's go ahead and play a little game that we have here at Lady in the Diamond. It's called Finish
Mhm.
the Sentence. And
Okay.
it's basically just when I give you a statement, that's your cue to finish the sentence. So, Bill, do you want to help me out with this one?
Sure, absolutely.
All right, so I'll go first and then we'll
Yeah,
alternate.
yeah, absolutely.
Uh, let's see. Let me make sure I am pronouncing this correctly. So,
Aha.
I know.
Jose,
I'm like,
yes. So Jose Altuve
mhm.
is
Venezuelan. No.
that's a good one. That's a good one.
No. No,
Ah.
he's the go. I know like sometimes he'll let us down and then we like get upset at him. It's not his fault, it's a team's fault, but he really does come through and I love when he's up to bat and everyone wants to boo him for no reason and he's like, "Okay guys, shut up." So, I think he's the GOAT.
You know what?
Mhm.
Sometimes you need that kind of pressure. As an athlete,
Mhm.
like I know, like if I felt like I wasn't playing my best, sometimes you need that little boo to like make you feel like, you know what? Let me have these people cheering for me. So,
Oh, oh, trust me, when we were having our losing streak at home, we literally all the fans were almost like, "Let's just boo the team when they're up to bat." Like even though they're our team, I'm like,
yeah.
I think that's what they need is that booing.
All right,
The
Bill.
okay, you want me to go number 2? So Jose Altuve, it's a good thing you didn't have me ask that question because I was anyways. Okay. Your 2 favorite current Astro players are
Dubon and Tucker.
I would have not thought you said Dubon. I King Tuck, I understand, but wow,
Dubon, I
Dubon.
think he's just really good in any position, and so I love that we can put him in shortstop and center and left and wherever we need him, and he can do great, and he can bat and he can run, and with his history of being like the first Endorian in MLB history and on our team, I think that's really fun for like him and his culture. So I love that he's part of our Astros family. And
Love
then
it.
we all know King Tuck because he kicks butt in the right field. So
Yeah, that's King Tuck.
that's why he's
Lina,
the
back
king.
back to you.
All right, so I'm going to throw you a little curveball with this one. So,
Ooh.
who are two of your or 2 favorite players of all time are?
Oh man. So I'm gonna have to bring it back a little bit. I'm gonna have to do Bagwell and Biggio because again, I grew up with them. That's how I learned baseball. And now just seeing them still kind of part of our Houston community and everything like that. Yeah. And people may disagree with me, but again, that's who I grew up with. Those are the names that really stick out to me. So those are always going to be like my players, that whole era, I guess. But
Absolutely.
So Dani, you'll be happy to know that I played start one, bench one, cut one with one of your friends. I won't mention names, but Big Dave. And at the end of it, I said, you got to start one, you got to bench one, you got to cut one, right? That's the game. And at the end, I said, Jose Altuve, Craig Biggio, Jeff Bagwell. And he's like, I hate you. I don't want to play this game anymore.
I know. They're different eras, different positions, different talent. So, and then again, like Biggio, like he does so much in our community too. Like I really love when someone takes care of your city, and he volunteered a lot for our Sunshine Foundation, and that's with kids with cancer. And so I got to volunteer for that with him one day, and they do such a great job hosting that. So like I think that's always something to look forward to.
Love it. All right, going to Minute Maid Park for you is
home.
Drop the mic.
It's just, yeah, that's home away from home. That's such a happy place. Like again, like I'm a sports person, so a basketball arena, soccer stadium, like, but baseball again, it's just that atmosphere. It's huge. You're walking around, running into people you know or don't know. You're meeting new people. Just
okay, will you promise me one thing, Dani?
Yes.
If I make arrangements for Amber and I to come out, will you take me to a Rockets game when the Lakers are in town?
Yes, I absolutely will. I love watching the Lakers, yeah.
Although you won't be able to do that this season because, you know, obvious reasons.
Well, I'm talking about next season. We got some time.
Yeah.
We got some time. So
wait,
what are
the obvious reasons?
Well, the obvious reason is that they didn't make it to, you know, the playoffs, or they didn't make it.
Oh yeah, no one did.
Yeah,
okay.
So
the Rock, yeah.
now here's the big test, Dani. Will you still take me to the game when I'm wearing my 2024 World Champion Los Angeles Dodgers shirt?
To the Rockets game?
Yeah.
or to an
no, to the Rockets game.
Anyone's talking about this because I'm wearing my
so basketball will look at your Dodgers and they'd be like, but you know, we're here for basketball.
Just making sure, Lina.
If you show up with the Dodgers at the Astros game, you're on your own. I don't know you. Like, okay. We're friends outside the arena.
Yeah. There you go. Back to you, Lina.
All right. So your favorite Astros memory is?
Being forced to go. You know, I know you hate when you're forced to do it, but now it's such a passion of mine. So you have to be thankful for those things you're forced to do when you're younger.
Yep.
Okay, final question. Top fan rivalry is?
Annalie. I think it's such a great place to just vent about baseball and only baseball, and we all have our different teams, right? But at the end of the day, we're still one group. We give each other crap, but we know it's out of love. And I love that community that I have with Top Fan Rivalry. To be honest with you, you don't always get that community.
Yeah, and as I've been meeting everyone, I've noticed like everyone literally says the same thing. Everyone feels like, you know, for me, I felt like, okay, I'm not even a huge baseball fan like that. I'm just really learning baseball and like going to the games and actually experiencing it. But I thought, hey, you know what? I really want to learn more about it. Why not, you know, join the club? So
yeah.
Here I am, and I'm just like, oh my God, people better not start questioning me about baseball because I really don't know if I know the answers. But everyone has been so welcoming. And even when I have my little moments of like, oh, I don't know this, everyone's always so like, no, it's this. Like they'll try to give me clues. Like it's definitely, it's definitely one of those things where it makes me feel like just I don't feel so pressured where if I mess up or if I don't know something, I feel like everyone's there to kind of teach me, and it's just been an amazing experience. So I'm glad that you said the same thing because it seems like everybody feels the same way.
Yeah, and I'm glad you say that too, just because like I like that the group has a lot of females. And I know nowadays you're running into more females into sport, but we don't have judgment. Even the guys are very respectful. Like we can go hang out and have a beer and trash talk and we're okay, we're cool. And so it's just a really great, again, community to just vent and talk and, you know, anything baseball.
Yep, anything baseball.
It's interesting because Dani, the other day I was talking with Amber and Megan, and we were counting up all the brand ambassadors, and I realized that there's more female brand ambassadors than are male.
Oh.
And I'm like, okay, good. You guys are great. And so
yeah. And I want to say because girls can be more creative with being like brand ambassadors. I'm not even really creative. I'm just like here. I just like throw it on, right? So, but I think that's very cool.
Yeah, I'm there with you though. I'm like, now that you remind me, I'm like, oh, I need to like, post a little bit more and I've just been so busy where, of course, like as I'm trying to balance like my life and still, learning how to wrap my brain around like doing this, I'm like, you know what? Like it's fun. It gives me that like just time of the week where I can just sit down and talk sports and just, get to know somebody. And, so now it's like my life kind of revolves around that. Like now it's more like, okay, let me just put put my phone away, put this away, and let me just focus on like getting to know somebody and just, the way you guys all light up when we're talking about your team and we're talking about baseball, like it just never fails. It always brings me that excitement too. And I'm like, oh, I'm so happy that, just that I get to connect with people just on that level.
Yeah, something that they're devoted about also, and then y'all have that like correlation with your own teams, and exactly. And so that's what I love about us. And then, like I was saying earlier, like it's just I wanted this chat,
Yes.
just to take a break and talk about sports and our players and our teams. And so it's always a kind of refreshing reminder.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, but I definitely appreciate you taking the time. I know we both have had some hectic days. So thank you so much for joining us. And Bill, is there anything else you want to add before we go?
No, I think the world of both of you. Lina, I'm so proud of you. You're a great host of the show.
You.
And I love my Tuesdays being able to spend time with you, recording it and dropping it Wednesdays. Dani, as you know, you're aces in my book. I could spend the next hour bragging about you. And
Nah.
so, and I might not even have enough time if I was only given an hour. So I appreciate both of you ladies. I love your fandom. I love what you do. I love this community. We built it for this reason, and it's not going anywhere anytime soon. So thank you so much for spending time with us. Lina, thank you for being awesome and amazing as
Thank you,
usual.
Lina. Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you both. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week because we still have the rest of the week to go, guys.
We do. It's only
Yes,
halfway.
I know.
yes. Great job, everybody. And we will see you next week for Lady and the Diamond. Have a good one, all.
Bye, y'all.